Greetings. Today is April the 7th of 2026. So Whoever Dies with Most Toys Wins was shot entirely on VHS. I would record it and then cut it, edit it. If I didn't like a take, I'd back roll over it. And then I used a VCR and a jam box to make the final edit, playing it on the camera and re-recording it on the VCR with the audio input from the jam box to make the final version. So it's actually a step down from the original tapes. Funny story. I met Rick McCallum, the executive producer of the prequels, at a convention in, I want to say it was Indianapolis, I believe. And bumped into him outside. He was out for a smoke as I was taking merch to the car. And we were standing there chatting. I said, "Can I get a picture?" I didn't have a still camera. All I had with me was my video camera. And so what I had learned making Whoever Dies the Most Toys Wins was that if I shot something and turned the camera off, the tape would back roll. And the next thing I went to shoot would take a couple of seconds off the end of that. So what I had done to preserve what I was shooting was to lay down black when I was done shooting before I turned the camera off, and the next time I filmed to lay down more black, and then take the lens cap off and start filming whatever was important. So here I am talking to a man that has access to the most high-tech camera and editing equipment on the planet at the time. And I said, "Hey, can I get a shot with you? I'll have to use my video camera." And I turn the video camera around and I hit record, and the blinking tally light goes off. He knows he's being recorded, and he goes, "You know you got your lens cap on?" Yeah. In that moment, it was like, how do I explain to Rick McCallum that I do know that, and there's a very dumb reason for that to combat the limits of my technology? And I just said, "Oh, really? Thank you." And I popped the lens off. And somewhere I've got a VHS of me and Rick McCallum crowded, face to face to be filmed at arm's length and everything. And the camera that I shot that with, and the camera that I shot Whoever Dies with Most Toys Wins with, I found at the bottom of Ryan's closet the other day. So it's probably been in there a couple of decades. And oh my God, I forgot how heavy this thing is. Panasonic OmniMovie VHS with the hard shell carrying case. I did check to make sure that I had not locked this lock, because if I had, there was no point shooting a video. But I didn't open it more than just a split second there. So let's pop these in. That's the one that has a key, and I don't know where that key is. Here we go. What's this? TVR service. Customer does not want unit repaired. Repair deck. Has whinning, gear slipping, noise skips. Gear slipping, noise take, skips, won't play. Okay, so apparently it is non-functional at the moment, as I sort of expected. But here is the camera itself, which is not that heavy, but it also does not have its battery in. Oh, it does have a battery in. Okay, so that's as heavy as it would be, barring the weight of a VHS. But you know what I've always found is that batteries weigh more when they're fully charged. There's a spare battery in here, so that gives me a base weight of the weight of the battery. And the camera's not that bad. And here's the recharge unit, and that has the RCA ports there, the yellow and white for audio in and out. So, lens cap, I would have taken off. Oh, that string has broken. I tried to say a new word there by combining two. The microphone was here, the lens is here, and it actually was a switch hitter. They knew the cameras were so heavy back then, and bear in mind I got this in '92 right after I graduated college with some graduation money from my dad, that they built in the ability to switch to the other arm and continue filming. That would have been handy a few times in my life. So, Panasonic OmniMovie, I think it was a PV700, but I'm also confusing that with one of my Ghostbusters cameras, which is a PK750. So, the very camera that I shot Whoever Dies with Most Toys Wins with back in, 30 plus years ago. Thanks for watching.